when you trade a player, and the Lions traded T.J. Hockenson, and a player's good for you, it makes it easier to trade him if you feel like you can get close to that production or as much production from someone else. And I said it late last week, I'm wildly intrigued about the potential and the ceiling for James Mitchell, the sixth round tight end out of Virginia Tech. His last 2 years, if you take those seasons and the yards per catch for the tight end position, which was 17 yards a catch, it's what Brock Bowers is doing down at Georgia as a big-time weapon from the tight end spot. Now, he did it over 2 years, and he didn't do it with, the talent that obviously Bowers has around him. And he hurt his knee his senior year, his last year at Virginia Tech, and decided not to come back and entered the draft. And I'd be intrigued to wonder if he hadn't got hurt that senior year or if he'd come back, where he would have gone in the draft. And it's not because, the Lions have done this, and Brad Holmes has done this. He's taken some chances on injured players that would have been drafted higher had they been healthy. But he's gone for the steal. He tries, Jamison Williams would have gone higher than where the Lions drafted had he not been hurt. Josh Pascal, they claim, would have gone higher. I'm not so sure, but if he had not been hurt. And James Mitchell, had he not been hurt, he had an ACL. And yesterday they only went to him twice. Okay? Once was on 3rd and goal from the 3, where he scored a touchdown, although I don't think he was the primary receiver. He was the primary receiver on a 3rd and 1 on the Lions' last drive, where they needed, not the kneel down drive, but they needed to get first downs. They needed to run some clock. They had a 3rd and 1, and they went to him in the flat for 5 yards and a first down. I'm keeping my eye on James Mitchell. Not that the fact that I'm keeping my eye on him really is significant. I just find him
I'm watching you. Got my eye on you.
You better perform.
I'm right here, and always will be.
Creepy as hell. Right? I'm not stalking him, Gator. No, I want to see if James Mitchell, getting healthier late in the season, being brought up to speed, is going to be the guy that eases the pain of losing Hockenson. And I'm easing the pain. I don't want people to overstate what I'm saying there.
No, Hockenson went out yesterday and had all of 2 days to practice with his new team and had 9 catches.
It's pretty impressive.
And was targeted and caught, he was targeted 9 times, caught 9 passes, 3 on the last drive that put the game away when they kicked the field goal. So, he is a good tight end. He's a really quality tight end. But the Lions weren't going to re-sign him. They needed to trade him. They ended up getting, a decent haul for him. Wish they didn't have to give the second 4th-round pick, in addition to another 4th-round pick. But whatever, it's the price of doing business. You got a 2nd and a 3rd out of it. That's how I'm looking at it. You got a draft coming up here where you're trying to figure out, do I need to take a quarterback in the 1st round? Could I maybe wait for, hopefully one will slip to the 2nd round. I use my 2nd-round pick on that, and then I got another 2nd-round pick. Here we go. Let's get it going. But the Lions do have to find solutions there, and they threw 3 passes to tight ends yesterday. I think maybe it actually would have been 4th. I know that Wright didn't catch one, but he was targeted. So there were 4 passes to tight ends yesterday, and 3 of them were caught, 2 of them for touchdowns.
Yep.
It wasn't obviously Hockenson's a different kind of receiving tight end that they use. But can these guys be enough to make up for it? Now, you're not going to make up for it in the aggregate in terms of receptions and the yardage from those tight ends. You make up for it in the aggregate by other receivers getting involved, and they'll pick up the slack. But these guys have to be useful on the field in terms of blocking. And, the fact that both of these guys caught touchdowns yesterday is, I think it's big. And the reason it's big is because if Hockenson's out there, the defense is aware of Hockenson. Is the defense really aware of Shane Zylstra or James Mitchell at this point?
No, they're not. But is it a coincidence they threw 2 touchdowns to 2 tight ends?
I think it's coincidence.
Okay. I accept that it might be. I'm just asking the question. Is it coincidence that Mitchell made 2 third-down catches, his only catches? I mean, those are big ones. Now, the first one, I really don't think he was the primary receiver.
The touchdown?
Yes.
Probably not.
I'm very much looking forward to discussing this with Jared Goff tomorrow. All right, tell us a little bit about these other tight ends because they're going to get a lot more snaps. I'm sure he's going to speak of them in glowing terms because that's what Jared Goff does. But is there anything there that made them think, yeah, Hockenson's better than them right now, but we like the way this one's trending?